Good evening, everybody. I made a terrible mistake adding this to my playlist, because this music always makes me want to fall asleep, and I was tired before I clicked go live. I may just have to have a little nap for like the next 10 minutes, because this is very relaxing music. But howdy, everybody. Josh, Ophi, Zach, Shadow Mage, Summer. It is lovely to have you here, as well as anybody who's hanging out and lurking. Happy Saturday. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, where we have to deal with the old woman again. Hello, Cahill. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time. I'm gonna hop straight back into this in just a moment. But I really want to keep listening to this music and fall asleep, maybe. Yes. What Shadow Mage said is correct. The person who did this cover of Sticker Brush Symphony is called Poop Fart, or PPF. He's very good. He also has a very silly name. The only problem, and like, I don't blame him for this is how it goes with some of the best. The only problem is he uploads like 4 or 5 things a year, and every time he does, it is an event. But then you just have to survive on the one new piece of music for months. Thank you for the dukes, Summer. Also, slightly disagree, Shadow Mage. Caramel Dancin' is kind of my guilty pleasure. God, I should add that to my playlist. But yeah, let's get right back into it. So, fun fact. I have been edging 350 followers for so long at this point. I was on 347 yesterday. Today, thanks to a shout out on Chairstream, someone new followed me, and during that time, between when that person followed me and now, someone has unfollowed. I'm back to 347. It's incredible. Also, Shadow Mage, I cannot stop you from making the clip that I know you're making. Yes, I know. Cahill is having the same issue. Max. I will fight you. Anyway. We're trying to save a douchebag. No. Ophi is correct. It is really weird, Cahill, and I'm not quite sure how or why it happens. But yeah, we're trying to save a douchebag from going to prison. I probably wouldn't save him, except that Maya has been kidnapped by a mysterious man who is apparently wearing a skin suit. I don't blame people, Max. Here's the thing. I have 347 followers. I get on average somewhere between 10 and 15 viewers, which means that the majority of my followers are not regular viewers. Because, and again, that's not, I don't want this to sound like a call-out. People have different things to do with their time. I follow a bunch of channels that I don't watch regularly either. And at some point, if someone looks at a channel and thinks, hey, I haven't watched this person in 6 months, it's reasonable to unfollow them. It's not a big deal. I just find it funny that I've been hovering between 345 and 349 for a month, and I just keep oscillating. It's fine, Max. Yeah, as I said, Maya was kidnapped. Oh, God. We're gonna get Mia Pearl again, aren't we? I just know it's gonna happen. Well, at least we were able to get Mr. Matt on guard as our client. And we know that he didn't do it, which is very important. So now what should we do? Well, the trial is tomorrow, and we only get this one chance. There's only one way to prove Mr. On Guard's innocence. We have to find the real killer, and fuck him until he confesses. Okay, then let's start looking. I don't understand that second thing you said. No, I feel it coming. I don't want to do her voice. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't come in here without... Good morning. Is this the right voice? I forget. Hold on, it's you! What's going on around here? Ophi, probably because she's got a massive forehead, like everybody in One Piece. I heard poor one was killed. Is that true? It's a bad rerun is what it is. Another steel samurai doing the most evil of deeds. You know, that's not entirely... I'll have you know that I was a huge fan of Juan's. Why, oh why do all the stars I'm interested in drop one by one like flies? So she killed the class hamster. She was called the Queen Reaper? Oh my god. Actually, I wanted to ask you about the murder and what happened. Don't push me, boy! Mr. Nick? I couldn't hear everything she said because she was talking too fast. Don't worry, Max. You will remember. Miss Oldbag, could you please speak a little slower? Don't boss me around, you spiky-haired smarty pants! Ma'am, I am one of those things, and there's nothing special about my pants. The ray gun gets its own text box. No, I'm spiky-haired. Max, of the two spiky-haired and smarty pants, I'm implying that Phoenix is not smart, therefore spiky. I don't know what that means, Shadow Mage, and I'm concerned. My dear Hammer died a year ago in that dreadful murder. And only recently did I finally find a star that makes this heart go ba-dump again. I don't know what to say. I ask you, why does every star I cheer for always end up kicking the bucket? I'd watch your words. No one's going to get away with saying anything bad about my one. But I haven't said anything? Well, I don't believe a word that woman says anyway. Oh-ho? Oh-ho, which woman exactly would this be, madam? That irritating... No, I forgot she's here. That irritating backwater girl with the afro and the horrible country accent. I mean, what is that manner of speaking supposed to be? And why does she never stop? It's her accent. That's, Honestly, women these days. So, the only way they could make this worse is if the clown joined in. Girls, are you thirsty? A little. Okay, I'll go get you some juice or something. Thank you very much. Hey! Are you paying attention? Youngins these days. I'm guessing this old bag heard everything from Lada. I want to ask you about what happened around the time of the murder. I don't know anything about that. I was here getting ready. Getting ready? For what? The show, of course. Well, and the press conference afterwards. Cue mysterious music for the magical press conference. Anyway, I don't know anything about the murder. You're security. Ah, I see. But if you're talking about what I saw, that's different. I saw it very clearly. Ma'am. What? I saw the most important moment of the night. No, that's fair, Max. Oh, also, I have very, very important news about my TikTok. My latest video got 69 views, and I need everybody to just never view that video again. I need it to be a relic. The most important moment? You don't mean... Oh, so now you treat me with respect, you disrespectful child. When you speak to your elders, you should always be polite. Really, kids today. Please tell me, what did you see? Oh ho ho. Secrets. Oh my god! This woman has so many of these psyche locks. And the thing she's gonna tell me is probably, like, I saw the person who was meant to be on stage backstage. Because she's useless. The murder last night was gruesome, wasn't it? But then, what murder isn't? Please don't stray onto another tangent, please. You want to hear more? Then show your respect and bring this lady a present. A present? She wants me to go to his room and get something out of it. I can say that with absolute certainty. Okay. Actually, let's present a few things just to see if she's got a response. Thank you for the text-only dudes, Summer. They're also much appreciated. Don't have anything to say to delinquents. Oh! How about I tell you my measurements? I don't... No! That's such a cursed thing to say. Ah. Thank you for the Max. That's just an awful thing for her to have said. I don't think any of these will have an effect, but I just wanted to check, because occasionally... does she have anything to say about any of the people in the case? No? Okay. I'm gonna... After presenting Matt, I'm not gonna try everybody until I get, like, fully stuck. Looks like the investigation is still in full swing. The hotel staff and the police are running around like a bunch of headless chickens. Trust me, they are. They're all right behind me. Wonder if we can do any investigating of our own in this kind of atmosphere. This incredibly calm atmosphere. Well, gotta roll up the sleeves and try, I guess. Also, that food must smell awful at this point. That's just like chicken and lobster that was left out unrefrigerated overnight. Hey, you're here! Been waiting for you, Mr. Lawyer. What? Hey, Mr. Cop fella! The thief showed his face! What? Arrest him! Put him on trial! Found him guilty! Give him the death penalty! What's wrong, Lotta? Are you feeling alright? Look here and there and up and down the mountain, but it ain't here. So why don't you just hurry up and give it back to me, you creep? What are you looking for? My camera! C-A-M-E-R-A. It's my lifeblood. I'm gonna die without my $700 camera. That's genuinely not cheap. Yeah, that's probably a legitimately pretty good camera. Your camera? Look, don't lots of people say the criminal always goes back to the scene of the crime? And looky, here you are. Yep, here I am, faced with a lot of trouble. Hey! Huh? You know, Lotta is in 2 cases in this game. That's kind of remarkable. So you lost your camera? It ain't no ordinary camera. You buy it in the store and it's $1,600 brand new. Holy shit. That is... What the hell kind of camera can you get for $1,600? Like, I'm literally looking this up now to see... Yeah, you can get some really good cameras for that. Virtually Webbed. Thank you very much for the follow. Bringing us one closer to the Zelda CDI stream. Huh? But didn't you just say you bought it for $700? I had a nice long talk with the guy at the store. About 5 hours, I reckon. Oh. I'm so confused. Cahill was that an alt account of yours? I made this itty bitty scratch on it, and the manager got all huffed up in the face. He gave me his talking to and was real mean about it too. He done made me cry at that. When did you lose your camera? Last night after the murder happened. Oh, and that... Oh, I see what happened. I don't think Virtually Webbed is Cahill's alt account. But to maintain the status quo, Cahill unfollowed to keep me at 347 in limbo forever. Thank you for refollowing, Cahill. Must have been when I was busy running around looking into things. That's when I lost sight of my camera. Of my dear, darling, expensive sweetie. Lotta, what did you capture with that expensive camera of yours? I don't rightly know. I snapped a shot of anything that caught my eye. So I don't remember. Besides, I couldn't get anything for my big scoop. Wonder if Lotta's missing camera is even connected to the murder. Of course it is. Lotta, please tell me what you know about what happened at the time of the murder. Well, from before the ceremony last night, I was hanging around in this area. Yeah, actually, I was here until around the time Mr. On Guard was arrested. What were you doing here? You sure you went to school, city boy? Wherever Lotta Hart goes, there's a story to be found, a big scoop to be had. A big scoop? Told you before, I'm gonna be the best tabloid photographer the world's ever seen. Reckon, of course, that means I'm always looking for the perfect shot. Wonder what scoop she was after this time. Although I was also on the lookout for the other stars that were here. So, maybe I wasn't here the entire time. God damn it, Lotta. Lotta, are you sure you weren't here the entire time? So you could take a picture of your big scoop? Well, maybe I was. That's what real journalists do. I got some juicy inside info. I thought to myself, why not get a picture for proof? What kind of story was it that you would hang around here? Max, my headcanon has always been that it's a wig. Why is everybody hiding things from me? Oops, sorry, Mr. Lawyer. Can't be telling you that. Trade secrets, you know. Not again. Why does everyone have something to hide? We've been stopped, haven't we? Haha, yeah! Take that, Mr. Lawyer. Glad someone around here is happy. As Lotta and your eye roll smile. What do you think about the victim? I don't really care for heroes or whatnot. Oh, I see. Shows they got for kids. Those adventures are just plain old boring. Now, adults, we get more caught up in messy, sticky, real situations. Even me. Oh! Sounds like the tax getting what I'm going with it. Okay. Wait a sec here. Don't go around getting her mixed up in things like that. Is that just her default statement? It is! It was so elaborate, I could have sworn it was going for something. Okay. Can I? Oh, I can go into the rooms. Let's check our client's room first. It does seem like the most appropriate place. Thank you for the rainbows. Where are we? We're in Mr. Matongard's dressing room. This is our client's room. Who is this? Trying to help us with something? Oh. Oh, I remember you, ma'am. I'd forgotten. I love her. I love her everything. You're Mr. Ngard's lawyer, correct? I gathered as much. I also looked for lawyers on my end, but to no avail. How did you know I'm his lawyer? You were just saying that he is your client. In a situation like this, the only person who would use such a word would be his lawyer. Wow. It's a simple deduction, really. The trial is tomorrow, and Mr. Angard's situation is looking rather grim. So you came here, one stop in your mad dash, to find clues to build his case, correct? Can you join our legal team? Regardless of the fact that I'm wildly attracted to you, you also seem to have a brain, which is a rarity in this universe. Well, you're not totally right, but you're not totally off either. Wait, how is she not totally right? really not the time to be showing off, Mr. Nick. I'm Adrian Andrews. I hate to waste time, so let's get down to business. Alright. She may be of small stature, but appearances can be deceiving. Oh, Phoenix, please. This woman would break every bone in your body. I assume the first thing you need to know is what everyone was doing that night, correct? Yes, that is correct. Then I will tell you. Before the award ceremony, I had dinner with Mr. Angad. In this very room, I might add. Dinner? What did you eat? I told you, I hate to waste time with trifling details. You take a look at the table yourself, you wouldn't need to ask me. Bet she's a lot of fun at parties. Okay, admittedly, someone she is close to is on trial for murder, so cut her some fucking slack, Phoenix. When the award show was started, I headed for Viola Hall. And after the show ended, you came back to this room? No, I had some small errands to run.
Excuse me, princess.
Thank you, Nintendo. Also, goddamn this game. She's gonna end up being the murderer, isn't she? I helped with the preparations in the lobby. Oh, preparations for the post-ceremony show, I guess. When it was time for the post-ceremony show, I came back to call for Mr. Angad. Hello, Stitch! After that, I went to visit Mr. Corrida. And that's when you found his body, isn't it? You really held strong through everything. Yeah, she does seem to be mentally tough as nails. So about you and... Stop right there. You aren't seriously about to ask how Mr. Angad and I are related, are you? Sorry. Hello, Pikmin. Oh my god, it is Cammy. Oh, Nintendo. You see, Cahill was saying Samus, and like it's similar, but this is just exactly Cammy. Oh, Nintendo. This is very powerful knowledge you bring. I have no idea how he could choose you as his lawyer. Why did you have to go and say something like that? Because you're not making a great impression, buddy. Mr. Nick, calm down and hang in there. I'll give you a shoulder rub to relieve your stress later, alright? I already gave you my name earlier. God, I love that stupid sound. Thank you, Pikmin. I already gave you my name earlier, but I'll add that I'm Mr. Angad's manager. His manager? Speaking of managers, did the victim, Mr. Corrida, have one? No, he did not. He didn't? Global Studios has a very different policy from Worldwide Studios in that. Worldwide Studios does not assign individual managers to their stars. I see. This industry is very ruthless and unforgiving. Actually, you look quite ruthless and unforgiving yourself, to your poor partner. Dragging a little girl like her to places like this? Honestly. You're wrong! I'm doing this to help Mystic Maya! Pearls, calm down and hang in there. I'll buy you a juice later, alright? Okay. Do you know anything about the camera that was stolen? That is a very, very long lens. Hi, Juice. That's the way you fucking enter chat? Fine. But I'm allowed to be mad about it. Let's do a spin. And it is... Do I have any of those left? I think it's this one. There are two beans that look almost identical. I think it's this one. Peach or Barf. This is for you, Juice. I think it was peach. But I find artificial peach flavor not great, so... Ugh. Shadow Mage, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Birdie. It is much appreciated. I'd like to ask you about this. Yeah, well... The thing is, Nintendo, she does seem to get accused of murder in every game. It's just one of the standard patterns. Okay, trifling matters. Okay. Let's look around the room. There's a giant bone sitting on the plate. I don't really like meat. There's something weird about this plate. Is there? Just wish I could put my finger on what it is. That's deeply unhelpful. Looks like dishes left over from dinner. A dinner for two at that. I'm sure they're Mr. On Guard and Miss Andrews' plates. Looks like they had T-bone steaks. What's with Global Studios and T-bone steaks? Lots of people like steak, Phoenix. Relax. These are two events a year apart. There's some samurai-looking clothes on the sofa here. I think that jacket-looking thing is called a happy. Well, I'm just happy you told me that. Whatever it is, I'm sure something like that would make a great souvenir. Maya would be absolutely thrilled. It's probably Mr. On Guard's suitcase. For someone who was only going to be here for the award show, this is a lot of stuff. It's one case, Phoenix! That's not a lot of stuff. Looks like he has about 3 days worth of clothes in here. Stores really are different from us, aren't they? There's a sock on the floor. I want to examine the sock, but the game won't let me. That's the bedroom over there. That's a bed? Pearl, do you not have a bed? Wow, they have really big beds here. It doesn't look like there's much to examine. I mean, I guess so, Nintendo. What do you think about this? He doesn't care. What do you think about your client? I asked to become Mr. On Guard's manager. He's a pleasure to manage with his nice disposition. Mr. On Guard does seem like a rather weak-willed man, always doing as he's told. He's always saying my manager, right, Mr. Nick? That's all you have to say. Did you know the victim, Mr. Kurita? Yes, I knew him. The world is such a small place after all. Did you know about his rivalry with the Nickel Samurai? Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. Time and time again, those two competed with each other over the most trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die. Yeah, that's an odd statement. Got a hunch that this woman knows more than she's letting on. You must know why one Kurita was killed. Do you have any ideas as to why Mr. Kurita was murdered? Why would you ask me about such a thing? I'm just doing my job. So, do you have any ideas? God damn it, everybody's hiding something. Miss Andrews? Sorry, but there's nothing more I have to add to this conversation. Is it a psyche lock, Mr. Nick? Yes, there's getting to be more and more of these lately. It's almost like the game is escalating in difficulty. Oh! My God. This man has so many bears. Just all the bears you could have. I kind of adore this. I also think it's very funny that there isn't even a consistent art style within this same single scene. Mr. Nick, where are we? We're in Mr. One Kurita's room, Pearls. Mr. Kurita? The victim. Which makes this the crime scene, too. Oh, it's you! So, what happened? The kidnapper? Has he contacted you again? Not yet. He probably won't until we win Mr. Angard's acquittal. You doing okay, pal? Hanging in there? I just want Maya to be alright. You don't have a lot of time left, but I'm gonna help you as much as I can, pal. I really like this about Gumshoe. He is technically working for the prosecution, but he's really grown to... he's grown very close to Phoenix and Maya. And so yeah, he's willing to do what he can to help. Can you do that? Even if you want to look around the crime scene? Just this once. Special circumstances, right, pal? I'll even tell you everything I know, but you've got to keep it quiet. My neck on the line here. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I got you guys a map of the hotel, pal. Here you go, little missy. Wow, you're giving it to me? Thank you. Here's the thing, Nintendo. That feels like something one of the prosecutors in this game would say. Wouldn't want you to get lost in a hotel too big for its own good. Mr. Nick, I got a map. That's great, Pearls. But Mr. Nick, I can't read what it says. Why? Is Pearl illiterate? I was expecting this to be covered with scribbles. Stitch, you remain incredibly cute. Yeah, I was expecting this to be covered in scribbles, and instead it's just... Oh. Oh, Chungus. Bravo. That is true, Shadow Mage. Absolutely. And you know what? If she really needs to read it, she can channel someone who is literate. Chester, if you weren't already a mod, I would make you a mod for telling me that. Thank you. Do you know what was the cause of death? Well, technically, the final autopsy report isn't out yet, but one look at the victim should tell you, pal. It should, but I haven't seen the victim, so can you help me? Yeah, here's a picture. Oh. Is it the part where he's been stabbed through the chest? I don't even know who that's aimed at, or the why. I don't know Have I gifted subs anywhere today? I'm confused. But if it's to me, then you're welcome. If it's to somebody else, then I'll let them decide. Oh god, there is a knife in his chest. You're right, Chester. That was today? I thought that was like a week ago. Oh god. Time is collapsing in on itself. Yeah, pal. That's a murder weapon. So he was stabbed to death. We're looking at the fingerprints down at the lab right now. There were fingerprints on the knife? Yep. It looks like they're pretty sure they're Mr. Engarde's prints, pal. Yeah, of course they are. It wouldn't be a Phoenix Wright game if, like, all the evidence didn't point towards the innocent person. Bad. Real bad. Why was Mr. Engarde arrested? Because we had evidence on him. Evidence? Looks like the victim, Juan Carita, really put up a big fight. Chungus, please. My brain doesn't process time like it used to. Time is no longer a linear construct. Events occur, and like any connection between them is completely loose. There's signs of a struggle everywhere. Well, yeah. During the fight, his button came off. Mr. Engarde said something about a button. Something like one of the jamming ninja's buttons got caught in his hakama. I did not Shadow Mage. Because I again forgot. I will. I'm literally going to Google it right now so that I don't forget. I'm bad at everything. I'm sorry, Shadow Mage. You did! And then, I saw the message, I read the message, and then at some point, I closed the message and forgot that a message was ever sent. Hi, Max. That's not all. What? There was a witness, pal. A witness? Who is it? That lady, Mrs. Oldbag. I really don't, Shadow Mage. I need a vacation of several months, but I don't need medical assistance. Please, anyone but her. Prosecution has plenty of evidence to make a solid case. Not to mention there's something around where the Vic was that's a little off. Something that's a little off? As in that's for you to figure out, pal. Alright, let's try to figure it out, Mr. Nick. I would like to address one thing, which is, regardless of names, regardless of this taking place nebulously in America, this is obviously somewhere in Asia. Because there's just a rice cooker on the floor. Yeah, Chester. Reality is for pussies. It's a suitcase. There's so many things in it that I bet it barely closes. There's his clothes, a dryer, an electric shaver, a calculator. Do stars all pack so much stuff like Mr. Carita? Why is there a calculator? Is this dude dealing drugs? It's so messy here. Girls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it. Wait, in that bag of chips, I see a pencil and the edge of a notebook. It has the names of several people who have died mysteriously written in it. There are a lot of electronic things in here that I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick, tell me what they are, pretty please. Okay, that over there is a watch. You wear it on your wrist. She is so sheltered. Oh, okay. Thank you for the dukes, Max. Oh! Oh no, Ophi. Oh lordy. You might want to get some medical attention on that. That sounds very bad. Yeah, elbows are definitely important. On account of how, you know, arms need to bend. Oops. For a second there, I forgot I was talking with Pearls, not Maya. Oh my god, Maya knows what a watch is, Phoenix. Wow, there are a lot of bears. Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models, gumshoe. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have? There's even a few in the trash can. Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears. Or teddies. It's hard to bear with all these problems. Fuck this game for bringing him back. I don't think I want to bear with the trauma the last case caused me. The game couldn't find any way to bring him back properly, so they just fucking inserted him. Stitch, don't leave! I need you here for moral support. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Kurita fought his assailant. What are these bits of glass from? A flower vase, maybe? There are flowers on the floor, but I don't know what they are. You don't know much about flowers, do you, Mr. Nick? It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it. Ew, tomato juice. I don't really like it much. Yeah, I'm with you, Pearl. There's a bottle of it on the table over there. Probably where this came from. But doesn't it seem weird that the glass wasn't knocked over during the fight? Yeah, it does. I mean, everything else is scattered all over the floor. That's right. The flower vase was broken and the makeup is strewn everywhere. Why is this glass the only thing that's still alright? Because it was presumably placed there afterwards. Wait, I can't examine the bear with the glowing red eyes that looks like a recording device that probably caught the whole thing? Looks like Mr. Kurita had dinner last night. This bottle, it's tomato juice. We had a lot of food at the award show last night. But I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only eating a meager meal like this. I'm sorry, they all had steak? That's not a meager meal. That's a bed, right? Yep, it's big, but it's a bed. Ah, Mr. Nick! It's so soft! Pearl is arrested and taken to juvie for disturbing a crime scene. It doesn't look like there's anything else to examine. So about this wine glass. Ah, so you noticed it, pal. The whole crime scene was a mess, but this glass was the only thing that was untouched. You noticed that too, Detective Gumshoe? No, actually Miss Von Karma noticed it first. Yeah, Pearls noticed it before me too. Hey, wait a minute! So, does that mean Miss Von Karma is here at the hotel? Yeah, she's around. Man, you're gonna be in so much trouble, pal. Especially if she catches you in here. Well, you can bet the instant I see her, I'll be running the 1,000-meter dash. Hey, why don't we let bygones be bygones, pal? Look, this guy is guilty. The buck says so. $1? Sure you're not talking about Pearl's allowance money? I can't bet any more than that. My salary, doesn't matter what we think. I still have to defend Mr. On Guard in court, or else. Ophi, that seems like a terrible way to solve the problem, but you do you. Mr. Nick. Actually, let's also present the victim. I'm not a real fan of action shows or anything. I know who one Karita and Madame Guard are. You can't talk about one without talking about the other, I guess. They even debuted around the same time. So they have this real fiery rivalry with each other. Kinda like you and me, pal. We're not rivals. What? Why would we be rivals? You're part of the polycule with me and Edgeworth and you. I never knew he thought of me as a rival. Oh, a rival for Edgeworth's affection. Okay, no, that's fine. I get that. Chungus, I'm very proud of you. I feel like I'm missing something in this room. I'm not sure what, but I just feel it. No, nothing there. She's Mr. On Guard's manager, right? No matter what I do, I really stink at talking with people like her. As soon as I open my mouth, I get all flustered. See, she's one of those women with the brain. She's someone who gets things done. Yeah, Gumshoe, you and me both, intimidated by people with brains. Yeah, she does give that sort of impression. Like she's got it all together. Back to her, you can easily tell I'm a can't do anything right kind of guy. That's why I get all nervous and start messing up. I feel sort of bad for him. And also me. Okay. Okay, so let's try to solve her issue. Let's see if I can make any progress on Lotta. She's only got the 2, so maybe... Lotta, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room? I told you, didn't I? For my scoop! What I want to know about are the details of the scoop. That's not something I can tell you. I mean, that there's my bread and butter. Alright then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. That is the meanest thing Phoenix has ever said. Just out of the gate, an unpleasant tabloid photographer. Chair? Bye, Cahill, I love you. I'm gonna say that you were looking into a scandal. Urgh. Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between one Karita and this person? The only person it could be is Adrian. Also, very unusual spelling for a female Adrian. Normally when I see female Adrian, it's E-N-N-E at the end. I mean, the thing is, we already knew there was shit going down between him and Matt on guard. Nintendo, what? I'm clicking the link. Oh no, I see it. I 100% see it. I don't know who that is, but I see it.
Take that!
This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt on Guard's manager. The Nickel Samurai's manager, caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. You can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that, what's it? News source? You mean news source? That's it! Show me something that shows that one guy had something with Miss Andrews. Well, here's the thing. I don't think I've got that evidence. Except possibly the wine glass. That's the only thing I can think of. So I'm going to attempt it. If it fucks up, I can try again later.
Take that!
Yeah, fuck up. Don't you know pros don't go for a lead without proof it's something worth going after? Well, if the pro we're talking about is you, then this looks right up your alley. Now listen here, city boy. Show me a good, solid news source or else. Something that shows that one guy had something with Miss Andrews. I don't have that. Well, I made the teeniest amount of progress. I've already asked her about... Ask her about herself? I hate talking about myself. It's a trifling matter, that's why. Sorry. Take away that layer of sarcasm and she really does seem to hate herself. Which is why she killed him. Damn it, Nintendo, you're right. I'm a sourceless boy. Oh, I might know who can help me. Old Bag might be able to give me some info. Or him. Oh, Mr. Wright! How are you? Ah, Mr. Powers. Have you been here the entire time? Yeah. People connected to the murder aren't allowed to go home, let alone leave. Can you tell me a little bit more about the Nickel Samurai TV show? Okay. The Nickel Samurai is an action hero program aimed towards kids. It's the sequel to the Steel Samurai. I see. This time, there are 3 samurai brothers. Aluminum Samurai, Tin Samurai, and of course, the Nickel Samurai. It's a love why... It's a love why in Neo... That sentence. What do those words mean? What's a love why? Who knows? I see. Wait! A love what? Okay, at least the game addresses it. A love why? This girl, Sayo, works at a tea shop, and all 3 guys fall for her at the same time. Oh, I get it. Oh, I guess the Y shape is like the 3 brothers colliding over this one girl? Hell yeah, Nintendo. Anyway, Sayo is actually the daughter of the evil Strawberry Clan's leader. Sounds like an unusual situation. Like Romeo and Juliet times 3. Yeah. Strange thing is, this sort of forbidden love story is really big with the office ladies. Yes, Pearl? What happens next? I want to know! Miss Sayo, does Miss Sayo fall in love? She does, doesn't she? Every Sunday at 8 a.m. I'm gonna stop watching Kids Masterpiece Theater starting this week. Can't believe she's really considering it. Phoenix, why not? The child is 8. This is aimed directly at her. So what's the Jammin' Ninja TV show like? Started from a remake of an old movie, to tell you the truth. Jamming Ninja, like the samurai shows, is geared towards kids. It's a story of a ninja who can't scale a wall, but became a big pop star anyway. What? He was a really lousy ninja. Absolutely couldn't do any ninja things right at all. But boy could he sing. With his trusty bright red guitar in hand, he took the ancient world by storm. Ninja with the bright red guitar. And then, the final fight in front of his beloved Princess Misola. Jammin' versus the Muramachi 5. Suddenly, our brave hero catches a not-so-jammin' cold the night before Battle 3. Aw, that's too bad for him. Yeah, but this kind of pop music-based love story is something high school girls really like. Yes, Pearl? What happens next? I want to know. Jammin', the Jammin' Ninja. Will he be able to sing? What about Princess Misola? Every Sunday at 8 a.m. Which show should I watch? I don't think you really have to pick. One of them doesn't have a star anymore, and the other one stars in prison. I think you'll be back to watching something else. Yeah, he knows nothing about the murder, that's fine. What about the camera? Nothing about the camera, that's fine. He debuted around the same time as Matt in everything, you know. Really? Started out small. First it was singing contests, then swimming competitions, then it was bowling tournaments, then it was who could throw the best, throw the best New Year's parties. One was always trying to one-up Matt. Lately, those two were escalating to more and more dangerous things. Thought that no good would come of it at all, so I began to worry. Too bad one story ended so soon. Matt's younger than me, but you could practically see his star potential. His star potential? How do you not know the word potential? You watch apparently only educational TV show. I got his autograph the other day. Feels kind of wrong now, doesn't it? I don't care what people say. Matt didn't kill Juan. I know he didn't. Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's Matt's manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit. Just a little. So Mr. Powers likes this type of woman. What do you know about Miss Andrews? Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really know her. You know? Max, she's 8. And no, I'm not gonna leave her alone for not knowing the word potential. There's sort of a small rumor going around about her right now. A rumor? Ah, if you're interested, I'd be glad to share what I know. He's so happy, he looks like a lion that just found his next meal. Age 8. Max. You're correct, Phoenix is 19, I believe. Yeah, you know what? Gumshoe being 31, I completely buy. Would you mind telling me about this gossip? Max, are you telling me a chicken fried this steak? Ah, so you are interested in it. I figured you would be. Yeah. I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip, too. Really? You too, huh? Yeah, so take a look at this. It's like a tabloid Miss Oldbag would read. Alright, let's see here. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous? To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. You see now, don't you? What? You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. Juan Corrida didn't have a manager of his own. Which means if we're talking about a certain manager with the initials AA... Adrian Andrews. Yes, exactly. This is big news. But it seems kind of odd. That woman, Miss Andrews, together with the biggest rival of her client? Ah, it's that wonderful thing that can only happen between two people. Bumfucking. Mr. Powers looks so happy. Pearls is just following along, not having any idea as to why he's smiling. Well, like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. That's what we need to convince Lyle. Cool. Thanks, buddy.
Take that!
Okay, so I've already got the first part. Scandal between Juan and Adrian.
Take that!
She's Adrian Andrews, Matt on Guard's manager. The Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. Can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. Gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that what is it? News source? You mean news source? That's it. Show me something that shows that one guy had something with Miss Andrews. Mayhap this article from the tabloid Gossip Land? A superstar in an ultra-hot mega-secret love scandal? Reliable sources say that one Karita has been getting in close with the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A.
Take that!
This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. Ah! Mr. Karita didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. Engard's manager, Adrian Andrews, she has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Karita's door last night. Ah! Fucking finally. You were looking into Mr. Karita and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it! I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching him in a secret meeting. But there's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What'd you just say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? That ain't proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing. Getting photos. Oh. I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading, then spice it up a little and have myself an exclusive story. Wow, a lot of nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know. But paper I wrote it on, my note to myself, it's gone. Your note to yourself? It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off together. Oh my god, the camera and the notepaper, they're boyfriends. I came here for my big story. Didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell ya. What's with people now, anyway? Never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me. Really want that note back, huh? I've got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Okay. We really need to find that camera. And as much as I hate it, a security person could possibly help us. No? No, I don't want to know your measurements. God, woman, I don't need to know how big your tits are. Okay. Let's try to break at least some of her locks to see if we can make some progress. She has 4. We don't have a lot of evidence. But this might at least point us in the right direction. Now, look, before we do that, I wonder what she thinks about Adrian Andrews. Absolutely nothing. I suspect at this point she won't tell me anything until I've broken her psyche locks. That's my guess. be honest with you for now. Then please tell us what you saw. But oh, what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you young'uns' expense. Madam, we are investigating a murder. I am a little devil after all. Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want. No, I can't because I don't know what you want. I found literally nothing in his room. God! Why is this game impossible? I know this is the last case. Or last-ish case? It's hard to know. But yeah, I don't think I've got what I need. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, she said she wants something from him. Which makes me think I missed something. I mean, you're right, Max. She is awful. I feel like I examined everything in this room. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Chungus, I cannot give it to her. It would be impossible to do so. Wait a second. I tried to examine this before and nothing happened. I must have been clicking slightly off. This is a guitar case, I guess. A little beat up, but still usable. That's strange. The guitar is not here. That's also fair, Chungus. Maybe he forgot to bring it to the show? But Mystic Maya, she said the bright red guitar was the Jamming Ninja's signature item. That's true. Huh? This guitar case is wet, but it's only wet on the top of the lid. Yeah, there's no water inside the case. This is water, isn't it? About next to the victim. There is some water, but only on top of the lid. Hey, progress. What's that beeping noise, Mr. Nick? I've heard the sound somewhere before. It's a mist from Karma. Huh? For some reason, whenever I hear that sound, she pops out of nowhere and whips me. Come to think of it, that's exactly what happened the last time. Sorry, I gotta make myself scarce. Later, pal. Too late. At last you reveal your true nature, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it be too much to ask for you to be nice to me for a change? So you're the type to steal information from pitifully hopeless detectives. That's very dishonorable of you. Change the word dishonorable to naughty, and this sentence is completely different. Everything about the scene stays the same, including the whipping, but instead she says that's very naughty of you. The whole scene is different. Ow! Hey, don't you dare run away, scruffy McTrenchcoat. I didn't think the detectives of this country could be this pitiful. Detective, come over here for a second. I wish to step on you. No! Don't treat my husband this way. I feel better knowing at least you were man enough to face your punishment. He was so scared, he just froze up on the spot. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you have soiled my perfect prosecution record. I'll never forget that. This time, victory is mine. Victory is yours? Is that all this means to you? What? Come, Scruffy. Oh my god, she's treating him like a dog? You know somebody's getting off on this. The investigation briefing is about to begin. Yes, sir. This isn't over yet. I swear on my family's honor. Okay, madam, your family has no honor? Ow! What did she throw at me now? What is this? Well, I guess this means I gotta get back to the precinct now, pal. If you ever need me, come down to the criminal affairs department. Alright? If you can't, try not to let Miss Von Karma see you. A new thing on the table. Progress. Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper? It's called an autograph. Autograph? Yeah, you know what? This is a level of sheltered that I can believe. The paper's got Mr. Corrida's name written on it, so it's his autograph. I can't read it at all. To be honest, I've never seen writing that looks like this. Ah, it's a special way of writing called cursive. Look here. See how it says, "To my dearest Wendy," in more normal letters here? Oh ho ho ho! Wendy as in Wendy Oldbag. Almost certainly wasn't aimed at her. But I think this is what she probably wants. This sloppy, unreadable writing. It's crazy and cruel to give this to someone. Hold on. Wendy. I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah. Chester, you can be my Mr. Cum any day. Was that too cursed to say? I feel like that was quite cursed.
Take that!
I mean, that's also fair. Okay. I'll give you what you want.
Take
that! That's one's autograph! Yes, it is. And it even says, "To my dearest Wendy" on it. That's me, right? Right? My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right? I'm sorry, I got really into her heavy breathing animation. Well, it may say Wendy, but somehow I don't think one had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please give that to me. Please let me have it. Please. I can't let you have it just like that. Yes, I know. Then how about an exchange? Holy shit! That broke 3 of her locks. My offer isn't good enough for you? Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. Wendy Oldbag ready to open up her heart. All for my dearest Juan. One piece of evidence broke all 4 of her locks. This woman is thirstier than anyone has any right to be. I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. You're kidding. Oh no. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet, minding my own business. And? Did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or 2 out of it. Maybe more. Gift certificate? I've been recruited again for that part at the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow. This time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. But Mr. Angard hasn't done anything bad. I don't care about details like that. I know he did my dear poor Juan in. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken. Yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like. I mean, like a yellow-bellied chicken, I guess. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say he did. I'm willing to bet a fair chunk of money that the person coming out of the room was in full costume. Because that's what happened in the previous case like this. What did Mr. Angard ever do to her to deserve that? What did Mr. Angard do to you to make you so... You don't know? That guy, he framed my wife. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan. Mr. Nick, what is it? What's a scandal? Oh, I'll tell you about that after we get home, okay? Poor Juan, led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress. Mr. Nick, what do vials and wild temptress mean? Ugh! How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, Pearls? So, Miss Oldbag, who is this woman you're talking about? Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy, he shoved the girl into Juan on purpose. His own manager? But why? I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan into a scandal that drags his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag? I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And do you have proof that Mr. Angard did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Of course, a tabloid. Next week? Doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet? Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where did she get it? That... No! Tell me shit! No! Don't stop talking now! God damn it! Fuck this game. Last thing I want to do is talk to Miss Andrews herself. Specifically about the scandal. Nope, she doesn't care. Yeah, she just does not give a fuck. Or about the guitar case. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's much more I can do now, which is really interesting. Or at least not in the hotel. That goddamn blue badger in the background. I know Sonic OC when I see it. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back! Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. Yeah, we've been through this before. But, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. What do you mean the evidence is airtight? Can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces. The knife is presumably one of them? Both of them are in this photo. The knife and the not button. Yeah. First is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Yep, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai special pants. And the second one is? The knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? Whose are they? You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Mad On Guard's. Tomorrow's trial. Spoke about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldback. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well... I even told her not to open that mouth of hers. Her blab knob is stuck on 10, and there's no turning it down, trust me. Yeah, well, Miss Oldback saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time again. No way! Yeah, that's pretty problematic. Stuff in that glass is tomato juice, pal. Tomato juice? I heard the victim really loved that stuff. Favorite drink in the world. It was his favorite drink? First time I've heard that. Yeah, well, you don't know everything, Phoenix. Whoops. Anything about this? We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Kurita? But why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Suicide? Her name was Celestine Pax. She was one Kurita's manager. The victim's manager? That's not all, pal. Miss Pax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knows about the business from square one. Her mentor? A woman who was both Mr. Kurita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? You want to know more about her, pal? Heck, I pressed the wrong thing. Okay, she's not on that list. Just in the talk list. She was the victim's manager. I was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide. And now those two are linked again by another death. Maybe it's just a coincidence? I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma! You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do. Scruffy, you have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Wait! Please wait, sir. If I don't get this month's paycheck... Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you... Oh, is this who I think it is? I would have won, is that what you want to say? Who? Voice. Fuck, yes! Chat! It's the lad! He returns to us! Edgeworth! It's been a long time, right? This person? This is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francisca. You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You've soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs, like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you, never. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. You gonna address the fact that you just fucking disappeared? I mean, I'm happy you're back. Like, we're already investigating at a hotel. I'm sure we could just grab a room. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick? I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. You going to run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So, no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. Oh my god, he just admitted that he loves Phoenix. I mean, as close as. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. The 14-inch penis. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. So what is going on inside his head? A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. The man fucking murdered your father, Edgeworth. Like, you need to address that fact. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. Well, he doesn't have one, and neither does his daughter, so I really don't think it is. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect record? I think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. Phoenix! What the fuck? What the fuck, Phoenix? I see. And let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Franziska, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me. But courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy. For someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there is still a lot for you to learn. A lot I have yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. Can you give me more information on shit? No interest in talking about useless evidence. Well, I don't know what's useful, fucker. I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, he's not interested in that. And then 10, no. That's illegal. I know you're not doing that, because that's an impossible thing. Oh, maybe he's got some information on her. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became one Corrida's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impax died. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes. But there is still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. Oh! Oh, well, that's an interesting thing. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. The suicide note? But how do you know Miss Inpax had ever written such a note? There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. One Corrida himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. Yes, Nintendo. Beat. Dreadful Candy, thank you very much for the follow. It is much appreciated and leaves us one follow away from a Zelda CDI stream. Part 1? Let's take a look at that. Okay, we can't see anything more than that. I blame Shadow Mage for everything. And they normally deserve it, so, you know. I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That is 2. 2 parts? What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name, it's Adrian Andrews? Miss Andrews? What did she do? She tried to kill herself? He doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. Wait, there was a mic pop? I am genuinely sorry. My audio is okay. It's never been great, and I don't really know how to fix it because it's not really a thing I'm good at. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. Yes, she has 6 toes on each foot. A secret? A dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews, dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Okay, so part 2 isn't actually an item we ever get. It's just... It's just, I guess... Yeah. Dependent nature. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Yeah, enjoy your lurk. Once again, thanks for the follow. Adrian Andrews' attempted suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Inpax. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she... Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impax, was gone forever. That's why. I mean, probably, Bubbles. We can hope. Why would that... Is this what they call following someone to the grave? Pearl, why do you know that phrase? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste Impax suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then, that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade. You know, Bubbles, I don't think it's meant to be relatable, but it is. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Okay, they finally added that. Appearances can be deceiving. It's such a cliche saying, but it's cliche because it's true. Miss Andrews, I think that behind that unwavering brave front, she's been hiding this weakness in fear. Shadow Mage, thank you for the 10 nickels. See? Scene in 10? See what you made them do? Okay. Let's go. This is a terrible thing. Don't ever do this outside of a game. Let's go confront her about her attempted suicide. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. Like she was before. LV Arts. Thank you very much for the follow. Which brings us to 350 followers. Which means I now have to...
Oh boy! I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok!
Correct! I've now got to actually look into sorting out the technicals of this. Because unlike Max, I'm not...
Excuse me, princess.
Thank you, everybody. I'm not going to play the remastered version. No, I'm going to get an actual ROM of the original, even shittier CDI version. And yeah. They did, Bubbles. Well, remastered is a bit strong. Basically, they just, I would argue, vaguely ported them to make them more playable. Chester, have you seen my my viewership goals this year? One of them is a full playthrough of Bella and Wonderworld. I suffer for the camera. It's what I do. Oh no! Oh no, our girl is talking to Von Karma. We're fucked. Miss Von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so... Okay. I will see... I will see if I play the original or the slightly less shitty version. You've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss Von Karma! You're the one doing the following. In that case, Josh... In that case, I'll probably just play the newer versions. Just so that I can actually get it running. Because the... while there are CDI emulators, and they're apparently quite good, there's still a lot of jank in emulators in general. Well, from when I saw Max playing it, it'll probably only be like one shitty stream. Maybe two. I can power through that, Chester. Girls. You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. That I still have to decide, Nintendo. Now, there's a possibility that I'm going to play the third CDI game. You know the one I mean. What is that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detector. And with this, I know that fool's every move. Yeah, Zach, that is appropriate. That really is an oh no moment. As I said, a chance. It depends on how much I hate myself. Which is not very much. Probably not, Shadow Mage, but a lot in this world isn't. But that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? All right. What are those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? Yeah, that's probably because of all the whipping to the head she just got. But regardless. I mean, technically that only happened the one time, Nintendo.
Take that!
Although, we did cross-examine a bird once as well. Why was one Kurita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Angard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Yeah, that's fine. You're allowed to be ace. It doesn't make you worse. Anyway, this article suggests they were having an affair, but I think this is the right way to start. You and Mr. Kurita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article? If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As to be expected in a world full of crooks and liars. The article does say the word affair. It is a tabloid though, so who knows. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Kurita? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to him for this person's sake? Your mentor.
Take that!
Celeste Impacts. Your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impacts. She committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was one Kurita's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Kurita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. That really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you're completely at ease with the way her suicide resolved. Yeah, because there was, importantly, no suicide note.
Take that!
Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like, maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Kurita. One? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Kurita. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. Bubbles, they found ink on her fingertips, which suggested that she had written a note shortly before. They do actually address that, which is quite surprising for this game. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you. I'm gonna confront you with your own suicide attempt. Because that's an ethical thing to do. I mean, that's fair, Bubbles. We mustn't kink shame.
Take that!
Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that's all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. Nice grammar there, Phoenix. You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! And Celeste passed away so suddenly like that. I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Impax's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close. Am I right? Okay, this was 2 years ago. Let's assume that he hid her note. He would have destroyed it by now. Someone who hides a suicide note presumably does not keep it. I've been wrong before, but it seems unlikely. If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was, why was the victim killed? God damn it, Nintendo, you're right. Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with the reason to want Mr. Kurita dead. Me? Miss Impax was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? Hell yeah! It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews? This one thing. It's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? No? Yeah, this really is a are we the baddies moment. Why would I think you're worthless for needing other people? Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was one Kurita. Celeste, without her I became scared. Everything, everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so I understand. That is unconfirmed, Josh, but I'm going to go with yes. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, if people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret until it inevitably comes up in court. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking through it first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this. I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. That seems important? Oh my god, you can special summon it from the graveyard? This is a really big deal. What is this? It looks like a seashell. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Her not remembering something clearly? Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Conch of Greed allows me to draw 3 more conches. Well, I must be off. I leave Miss Trunkard in your capable hands. Almost like a calling card of some sort. Absolutely correct, Bubbles. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all, and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh no! I'm okay, really. I'm fine. I really am. Yeah, Bubbles. I suspect that that's when she's possessed by, like, some kind of dead spirit instead of, like, just a person who died. Like, sometimes her body gets taken over by demons instead. It isn't in canon in 10, but it can be. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. I mean, in theory, yes, Bubbles. Also, I would like to remind you that she's 8, which hasn't stopped the game from giving her double Ds, but, you know. Ah! Mr. Nick, the transceiver! Hello? Wright & Co. Law Offices? Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya! Where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Whew. Which is why, I suppose, she is absolutely famished. Bubbles? That's a concerning statement. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya! Let me hear her! Very well. Ask my... Maya, is that you? Sis... Ask my sis! Fucking knew it. They're gonna give Pearl double Ds again. Maya! Maya! Damn it, he cut me off. Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Oh my god, Phoenix. How dense are you? Maya has only one sister. We know who that is. We know that even though she's dead, that's not a big impediment. This is established. Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Ah! Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. So, Mia, the ghost, visited Maya communicated with her, and then took over Pearl's body to do this. Ask my sus. I saw him in electrical. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe. But Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Bubbles, are you psychic? Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper. What's he like? Don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And she didn't see the face of the attacker. Ugh. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? That doesn't seem that dark. I'm starving. I'd really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. Promise he wasn't gonna kill me. I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. This is kind of cool. Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or stiff piece of cardboard. Then click! They magically open the door. Yeah, I'm really shocked she didn't say a hamburger. That seems to be the only thing Maya eats. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Oh, really? You wonder if there's a card like that around here? Oh ho ho ho! Oh ho ho ho! Oh ho ho! Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Kinda looks like a business card. There's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Ah, that's it! This shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. So wait, she's not, like, tied up or anything. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. Shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried. So yeah, she wasn't tied up or anything. I assumed the kind of, like, standard hands tied together behind her back, tied to a chair kind of dealio. Anyway. I'm going to end stream there. It's a little bit early, but we're going to be going into the investigation next time. And I don't want to get, like, just a couple of minutes into the investigation before we have to end. So I'm going to have a slightly shorter stream. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for doing the absolutely wonderful task of getting me to 350. And yeah, I made a promise. It was a foolish promise, but I made a promise, and now I'm gonna have to play Zelda CDI. I joke. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it as a as just an awful thing. Um, so I'm torn. I'm strongly torn because yeah, I'd love to raid Kelvy, but I also want to raid Cahill. Um, oh, Ownsta's doing her charity stream. God damn it! I'll raid Ownsta because it's a charity stream. I'm sure Cahill will understand. Um, oh no, Ownsta's playing Gardic. I don't know who she's playing with, but so yeah, let's raid Ownsta. Um, as I said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the follows. Bye, Stitch. Um, and yeah, I will be live again tomorrow. I'm normally 2:30 Eastern on a Sunday. I might be a little bit late tomorrow. Um, but regardless, yeah, Phoenix Wright returns tomorrow around 2:30 Eastern time. And I'm very excited to see where the story goes from here. As stupid as it is, I love it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening or whatever time zone you're in. I hope to see you around in future streams. And yeah, say hi to Onsta for me. Have a good one, everyone. Ciao.